Now, you know I wouldn't be doing you justice if I do not talk about the opening games. The opening games. And I wouldn't be doing a lot of justice to a lot of you because you're still too used to every time we talk about the NBA, we got to talk about the Lakers. The battle for LA. LA Clippers playing against the LA Lakers. It's customary. Nowadays it is. We have to talk about LA if we're talking about the NBA. So I guess we got to talk about that. So the Lakers are playing against the Clippers, opening night, game number 2. Rom playing against Kawhi. Now this was a big thing last season, but I think this season it's lost its luster a little bit. It's not that shiny, glittery thing because of what happened to the Clippers. Because of what Jamal and the Joker did to the Clippers. Straight out just embarrassed them. In the bubble. Jamal flying in the air, turning around and laying the ball in there. Just absolutely. Let's just leave it at that. That's not what we're talking about here today. We're going to be talking about the opening night. It's all about the opening night. And it's the Clippers playing against the Lakers. Alright, so that would be game number 2. Now, since we have that out of the way, let's go to what we really want to talk about. We want to talk about the first game. The Brooklyn Nets against the Golden State Warriors. Because I want to talk about that. Because from what I saw, the Brooklyn Nets, yes, the Brooklyn Nets, absolutely crazy. In the preseason, they looked incredible. Now, a lot of people, there were a lot of talks. There were a lot of talks about KD coming back. He might not be the same KD. Maybe we might get a 60% KD, a 75% KD, a 50% KD, that kind of injury. We just don't know what kind of player we're going to be seeing. But what we saw in the preseason, what we saw KD do out there, looked like he hasn't missed a step. You ask me, he's even better. He looked more composed. He looked like he just knows what he wants to do. Now I know it's too early. Yes, I know it's too early. But I am intrigued. I really want to know. I really want to see. I really want to see this thing unfold into what it's going to be. And I think it's going to be beautiful. That's what I'm thinking. I think the Brooklyn Nets are just ridiculously nice. I think offensively, they're just ridiculous. I will go as far as saying they are amazing. Golden State Warriors 2.0. Now, every team has its problems. With this team, the Brooklyn Nets, what I saw was Kyrie and DeAndre Jordan. They look like they just don't know how to play defense, or they do not know what defense means. Now, that could be a problem. But their offense, the combination, is just ridiculous. Their second team, they're role players. We talking about the Shamus and them, the Joe Harris. It's just LeVert. I wouldn't even call. Is he? I don't know. I don't want to disrespect him, calling him a role player, because I don't think he sees himself as a role player. Karras. And then you got Allen. Man, I don't even know how to explain this, man. That's how excited I am, man. I just want to watch the game. I really want to watch the game. I think they're going to be incredible. Now, I know a lot of GMs came out talking about the team that's likely to win the championship this year will be the Lakers. They'll probably repeat. You ask me, the team to beat are the Brooklyn Nets, baby. Woo, that team is ridiculous. Now, I understand about the rankings and all that. I did a video about that. To me, it's just craziness. All this ranking is just craziness because they got LeBron James as the best player and they got AD as the second best player, and then they got the Lakers winning this thing again. And you ask me, let's go back a little bit to last year. We saw what happened to AD, supposedly the second best player according to ESPN. This man was ridiculous at times. He would totally disappear. Yes, I was calling him Houdini because he would disappear. Supposedly the second best player in the NBA. And we saw what happened, when he played against the Clippers. In the fourth quarter, The whole season last year, I think he averaged about 2 points per game in the fourth quarter. One time he had 0 points. Another time he had 4 points. He had 2 points. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The second best player could just be eliminated just like that. Rendered useless. That's what happened. But, oh well. Once that whistle blows, there is no ranking. There is no ranking. Shout outs to Ivan Almeida. That's what he told me. He was like, once that whistle blows, it's just plain ball. Shout outs to Ivan. Right. But anyway, let's get back to the opening night. Yes. So we got the Brooklyn Nets going against the Golden State Warriors. I got confused there for a second, all right? Let's forget about the Clippers. Let's forget about the Lakers. We're done with that. You always got to talk about the Lakers and the Clippers because that's the way it is. It's customary right now. When you talk off the NBA, you got to talk about them. Let's go to the game that we really want to talk about. So the Brooklyn Nets, just like I said, I think that's a team to beat. Forget the Lakers and all that because we know the rankings are just ridiculous nowadays, right? Let's leave that alone. Once the whistle blows, once the season begins, we will know. And what we are going to find out is the Brooklyn Nets are going to be ridiculous this season. And I understand. I'm not dumb, right? I know there are a lot of concerns about their chemistry. We're talking about KD here. We're talking about Kyrie. The world is flat. Yes, that Kyrie. But I think they're going to be all right. I think they're going to be okay. I think the Brooklyn Nets are definitely going to be a problem in the league. But they're going against the Golden State Warriors. And with the Golden State Warriors, I'm also not worried about their offense. Their offense is nice. So it's going to be two incredible offenses there. When you got Stephen Curry, yes, the best player on the planet, you ask me. There is no any other player out there that makes other players that much better. Hence, the best player. Because this game is about 5 players out there. It's one player and how well he can impact the other 4 players to get that W. Some players might think, some people might think being the best player is about how many points you put up or what kind of stats you come up with after the game. But to me, it's about getting that W. It's how many times that player contributes in getting that W. How well. And there is no player that does that better. There is no leader that does that better than Stephen Curry out there. But I'm getting off topic right there. Let's get back to it, all right? So we got these two offenses, like I know Stephen Curry will get his numbers. He was incredible in the preseason. The first game, he had 10 points, then dropped 29 and dropped 29 again. The offense was there. This one time Steph was sitting down, didn't play that much. And the Warriors just had like 65 points with Stephen Curry only scoring, 10 points or something like that. So yes, they can score. And they scored slightly differently nowadays. I think they're shooting a lot more threes. Kerr has asked them to shoot more threes. Well, let me not say he asked them to shoot more threes. He's asked them to space the floor a lot more. Hence, they're going to be shooting threes. And I get it. They will shoot more threes to open it up right now because their strength is actually slashing to the rim. You look at Kelly Oubre, you look at Wiggins, and you look at some of the new players, Pascal and everybody, it's going. Chris, it's going to the rim. And at the same time, they got Wiseman right now, James. So it's the rim, get to the rim. But how do you do that? You got to space it up. You got to space the floor and shoot more threes. We've never seen Stephen Curry shoot that many threes. The last 2 games in the preseason, he attempted 13 times. That's a lot of threes. Yo. He did average like 46% though. So he's shooting a lot of threes, but he's making them. And he only played up to the 3rd quarter. Now imagine playing all the way up to the 4th quarter. So this man probably might be attempting around 15 to 16 threes per game. Ridiculous. That would be ridiculous. Woo! I'm a little afraid this season. Yeah. That record. Klay Thompson, your record. But it wouldn't be right, It wouldn't be right. Hopefully he doesn't break it while Klay is out there. But anyway, this is all intro just to the opening night. Because you got to set it up right, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just giving you that context. It's the Warriors going against the Brooklyn Nets, and those are the stories. That's the context right there. But all I can say is this, man. All I can say is this. I do think this game is going to be about defense, because both teams can score. Yes, but defense is what will prevail. The team that plays better defense is the team that will prevail in this very first game. And with Draymond Green not playing, I do think the Warriors are going to take a hit. I give the slight edge to the Brooklyn Nets this game. I feel they're just incredible when it comes to their offense. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be ridiculous. And missing Draymond Green, the Warriors are going to have a problem getting those crucial stops here and there. Now, we all know Wiseman, yes, he can do, but he's a rookie, man. He's a rookie. You can't expect that much from a rookie. So, there's a possibility. Anytime when you have Stephen Curry on your team, chances are, like I said, he's a winner. He finds ways to win. He might not be scoring that much, but he will find ways to win. So, and I would give 55% chance to the Brooklyn Nets winning this thing and 45% to the Golden State Warriors. So there is still a very good chance that the Warriors might win, but the slight edge goes to the Brooklyn Nets on this one. But it's going to be a very interesting game. Boy, it's going to be a really interesting game when you have the two best players. Yes, I said it, the two best players, Stephen Curry and KD. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, but AD sitting at number 2, that's just ridiculous. Two of the best players going against one another. And they played together. The last time both of them played in the league, they were playing together, right? That was 2 years ago, right? We all know Stephen Curry played last year. He played 4 games. The 5th game, he got injured. So he played 3 games. The 4th game, he got injured, came back, played 1 game. Then the Rona took over. We all know that story. We don't need to go over it. But yes, when KD was playing, Stephen Curry was playing at the same time, they were teammates. Now they're going against one another. This is going to be nice. This is going to be nice. You don't want to miss this. This is going to be nice.